JRPGs have always enthralled gamers with their complex storylines, enduring characters, and vast landscapes. A common motif in many of these games is the hero complex. This phenomenon captures the path of a hero who frequently takes on the role of a rescuer, battling personal hardships in the process of trying to save the world. The hero complex is a deep examination of identity, fate, and the human condition, rather than merely a plot device. In this video, I want to explore the core of the hero complex in JRPGs, looking at its causes, expressions, and effects on the player. Hello everyone, my name is Fejiro and this is cozyfeji, and on this channel we cover a variety of things such as video essays, reviews, JRPGs, and all things cozy gaming. A couple months back I made a video talking about JRPG tropes and all of them, whether you love them or you hate them. And one of them that definitely stands out above them all is the hero complex. We're talking about the bright and shining armor rescuer that's going to save the world, save the day, kill God, get the girl, and always happy-go-lucky. Whether you love the trait or not, I feel like it's pretty much a common stay and almost guaranteed in almost every JRPG there is out there. I feel like without JRPGs, you cannot not have your big superhero. Heck, even in Dragon Quest, the main protagonist that we follow is called the hero. So today I want to talk about what makes a hero. What makes a good hero and what is a hero in the JRPG, all the manifestations that come with the hero complex, the psychological aspects that come along with it, and all the characters that we come along and we've met along the way in many of the JRPGs that we've played. So sit back and relax and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and let's get into it. The hero's journey is a timeless paradigm with roots in classical mythology and literature, in which is where the hero complex in JRPGs first appeared. The hero's journey is a story of quest for redemption, overcoming great hurdles, and in the end, the hero's transformation. It can be found in everything from Greek mythology's epic tales to medieval Europe's chivalric romances. Building on this heritage, JRPGs have reimagined these topics in the context of their own distinctive narrative and cultural frameworks. Large-scale, multi-layered storylines were first integrated with complicated characters in video games like Final Fantasy VII and Chrono Trigger. These games emphasize the idea of fate and the weight of heroism by having the protagonist's role as a hero pushed upon them by circumstance rather than choice. A fundamental element of a hero complex is a sense of inevitableness, wherein the hero must resolve internal and external conflicts in order to achieve their supposed destiny. I find it very interesting whenever we stumble across this type of character. It's usually someone who grows up in the countryside or the middle of nowhere, lives a very mundane, normal life. No one checks for them. They're not even the popular person in the class. They're just your basic ass person, just in the middle of the pack. And then one day, out of nowhere, they come across this magical power, magical being, God themselves saying, you, yes, you are the one that's going to save everyone from its demise. And then all of a sudden, they have all these heroic powers. And sometimes it can be a little jarring, and sometimes it's just like, really? This regular Joe Schmo who was just bagging my groceries the other day is now going to save the world. Such always funny concept to think of. And it's always really funny to me, especially when it comes to these characters, is that even though they're set up sometimes to be the very regular Joe Schmo, a very basic person, we obviously know that they are definitely stand out amongst the crowd. They have the brightly colored hair. They have a weird quirk around them. Like, you can tell this person's a hero from a mile away. A great example of this, when I think of the hero, I think that embodies the hero complex and the hero characteristics to a T, is Alphen from Tales of Arise. When I played that game, he was such a even though yes, he's gone through practically slavery in that game, he's still a very optimistic guy who still fights for justice, has his beliefs and morals set on him, and feels it upon himself that because he has this power of feeling no pain, I can utilize this power to help save other people and liberate people from their shackles. And you watch him grow as this very charming, very sweet, kind, nurturing and loving, and again, very optimistic person. And of course, throughout his trials and tribulations, he realizes that the world is not what it's all cracked up to be. And just because you have this idea and what you think that the world should be like, it's going to be a long and arduous bad journey to get there. That's for sure. JRPGs exhibit the hero complex in a variety of ways, with each game putting a unique spin on the cliché. The protagonists of many JRPGs begin as an average person and progressively learns about their special skills and pivotal role in a major war. The protagonist's journey of self-discovery is a war, both literally and figuratively, as they transform from a novice into a powerful force capable of altering the course of its history. In Final Fantasy VII, Cloud Strife starts as an ordinary soldier, but he soon discovers more about himself and his role in the greater struggle against Shinra, the evil organization. He fights not just against outside adversaries, but also against his own disjointed identity and memories. The hero complex profundity is demonstrated by this dichotomy, which blends internal and exterior challenges. Cloud's path is equally both about accepting who he is and saving the world. Similar to this, Persona 5 delves into the hero complex via the lives of its heroes, who lead dual lives as mass vigilantes, battling corruption and high school students. As the protagonist and his group of friends confront both personal anxieties and structural injustices, the game deftly balances social and personal aspects of heroism. The protagonists struggle to balance their pursuit of social justice and their secret identities with their daily lives is an example of the hero complex at work. In JRPGs, the hero complex frequently alluded to deeper cultural and psychological concerns. Psychologically speaking, the hero complex is an expression of the human need for meaning and purpose. The player's personal search for fulfillment and significance is reflected in the protagonist's difficult path. This psychological aspect is interesting because it lets the players imagine themselves in the shoes of the hero and go through the trials and victories they see fit. From a cultural perspective, the hero complex in JRPGs can be seen as a mirror of the values found in Japanese society, such as the importance of placed on tenacity, honor, and group accountability. The hero's journey, which frequently involves the protagonist collaborating with a variety of allies, is akin to the cultural value ascribed to community and teamwork. This group effort emphasizes a more expansive definition of heroism, in which rescuing the planet is a shared as opposed to an individual undertaking. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like the hero is going to go through some trials and tribulations. It's going to be jumping over hurdles on his journey to saving the world, beating God, whatever it may be. And it's not going to be fun. It's not cute. We sometimes witness a lot of traumatic, really disheartening and sad emotional things that these characters go through. On the top of my head, when I think of the typical hero that goes through something crazy or has a lot of the world on their shoulder, literally, is Clive from Final Fantasy 16. The man has gone through it, thinking that I'm not going to try to spoil anything in that game, because if you've not played it, I highly recommend it. It was one of my favorite games of 2023. Was it 2023? Yeah, 2023. Either way, I really loved that game, and the man has gone through so much and has gone through so much grief, so much loss. It just seems like it's never going to look up for him. And those situations that he goes through, whether it's his turbulent relationship with his parents or his battle and fight to look for his brother, or even his relationship with Jill, or the battle that he has within himself and coming to terms with who he is as a person, it's a hard thing to do for anyone, really. He may not be the main protagonist, but I like to call him the second protagonist, and that is Joshua from Trails in the Sky, the Kiseki series. If you guys don't know, within the second game of the Trails in the Sky arc, Trails in the Sky second chapter, Joshua, at the very end of Trails in the Sky, first chapter and through second chapter, the guy goes through a lot and has to really sort through a lot of shit that he's going through. Now, Joshua from Trails in the Sky goes through a lot. He, in the past 5 years, grew in a new family, found a new father, a new sister and lover. That's another trope that I don't want to discuss at this time, but that's neither here or there, and that's not what we're talking about in this video. But he's found a family that he loves. He's encountered a lot of friends and new comrades that he's stumbled upon on his journey. And he's found a place where he feels like he belongs, only for all that to be stripped away. And that kind of realization to him was definitely traumatic and jarring, even though at the same time he still felt like this was only momentarily. All of this one might be temporary. And for him to go on his journey to really find himself and to sort all through those things and come to realization that who I am in my past and who I am now are different. And all I can know and all I can do at this at this time is to learn from that and move on and go from there. And I know that Joshua is not the only person that goes through that kind of character growth in that game, but he's definitely a standout. And I definitely do think that Joshua, and of course Estelle as well, falls under the hero trope as well, I think, in that kind of retrospect. Players are deeply impacted by the hero complex because it provides them with an engaging, rich experience that goes beyond simple gameplay. Players participate in an epic and intimate story through the hero's journey, which helps them develop a strong emotional bond with the game's setting and characters. The player's experiences are entwined with the hero's successes and disappointments, producing a potent sense of agency and empathy. The popularity and ongoing evolution of JRPGs is clear evidence of the hero's complex legacy in the genre. The hero's complex is still being explored and expanded upon in contemporary JRPGs, including those found in the Tales of series and the Fire Emblem franchise. These games incorporate fresh themes and storytelling strategies while keeping the essential components that appeal to players. JRPG hero complex is still a key component that propels the emotional resonance and narrative depth of the game and genre. To sum up, the hero complex in JRPGs is an intricate examination of identity, cultural values, and heroism. JRPGs allow players to experience a journey that is both fantastical and intensely personal, with their sophisticated storyline and nuanced characters. The hero complex, which reflects the enduring appeal of the hero's journey and its profound relevance in the human experience, will surely remain a key topic as the genre develops. The hero complex motif, or the classic hero trope that we find in JRPGs, is not unique to JRPGs, but again, like I mentioned before, is a very huge commonplace in the genre. Whether you love it or hate it, I think when done and executed well, it could really add to the story. And as a player, you can empathize and sometimes relate to these characters, or sometimes it can motivate you or encourage you to be like these characters. There's many characters that I come across where I admire their strong-willed and their compassion and their drive to fight for something that they believe in. And that instills in me to do that or try to apply that in my everyday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this discussion of the hero complex and the hero in JRPGs. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic, and as well as who are your favorite heroes in your favorite JRPG. Again, if you guys enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye!